The lights inside the America's Got Talent theater glow softly as the audience settles into their seats. It's another long audition day. Judges sip water, flip their pens, and prepare for the next contestant. Simon Cowell leans back in his chair, half expecting another routine performance. No one in the room has any idea that a quiet miracle is about to unfold. A young girl walks onto the stage, small in frame, dressed simply, her shoulders slightly tense. She pauses at the center, looking out at thousands of strangers staring back at her. The host asks her name, and she answers with a gentle smile. When asked about her family, her voice trembles just a little. She explains that her father is a cleaner. He works long hours, scrubbing floors and emptying bins, often late into the night. Her mother helps where she can, but money has always been tight. The audience listens closely now. She tells them that her father cleans a local music school after hours. When everyone leaves, when the lights are dim and the hallways are quiet, that's when her world begins. Hidden in one of the rooms is an old piano. Some keys are chipped, some don't sound quite right. But to her, it's the most beautiful instrument in the world. Every night, while her father works, she sits at that piano. No lessons, no teacher, just her fingers, her ears, and her heart. She learned by listening, by feeling, by dreaming. Simon's expression changes. He sits forward. She explains that her father never complained about his job. Not once. Even when his hands were sore, even when he was exhausted, he would smile and tell her to keep playing. He believed in her when no one else even knew she existed. The host asks what she's going to play today. She takes a deep breath and says this piece is for her father. The room grows still. She walks to the piano, sits down, and places her hands on the keys. For a brief moment, nothing happens. Then, the first note rings out. It's soft, fragile, almost shy. Then something magical begins. Her fingers move with a confidence that doesn't match her age. The melody flows like a story told without words. Each note feels intentional, emotional, alive. The audience leans in. The judges exchange glances. This isn't just skill. This is something deeper. The music swells. It carries sadness, hope, struggle, and love all at once. You can almost see the late nights, the empty halls, the quiet sacrifices woven into every chord. The piano seems to speak for her, telling the story she never could with words alone. Simon Cowell's eyes widen. Halfway through the performance, Simon does something no one expects. He stands up. The camera follows him as he steps away from the judge's desk and moves closer to the stage, closer to the piano. He wants to hear every note, every breath of the music, without distance. The audience notices and begins to whisper. The girl doesn't look up. She keeps playing, lost in the moment, lost in the memory of her father waiting outside with his cleaning cart, listening through the door, smiling proudly. The final notes linger in the air like a held breath. Silence. Then the entire theater erupts. The crowd leaps to their feet. Applause crashes like a wave. Some people are crying. Others are shaking their heads in disbelief. The judges stand, clapping, stunned by what they just witnessed. The girl slowly rises from the piano, her hands trembling now, her eyes glossy. She bows slightly, unsure of what comes next. Simon walks back to his seat, visibly moved. When it's time for feedback, the judges struggle to find words. One of them says that wasn't just a performance, it was a gift. Another says they felt every note in their chest. Then Simon speaks. He says he's heard thousands of musicians, many trained, many polished, many perfect. But what he just heard was rare. Something you cannot teach. He tells her that her story, her talent, and her heart belong on that stage. He pauses. The audience holds its breath again. Simon presses the golden buzzer. Gold confetti explodes from above, raining down like a dream come true. The girl gasps, covering her mouth, tears finally falling. She looks out into the crowd, overwhelmed, searching for one face. Backstage, her father watches, frozen in disbelief. The man who spent years cleaning up after others now sees his daughter shining brighter than anyone in the room. Tears stream down his face as he drops his mop and covers his mouth, unable to believe that the quiet nights, the sacrifices, the belief, all led to this moment. The girl runs off the stage into his arms. They hug tightly as the audience cheers even louder. That night wasn't just about a piano performance. It was about unseen dreams. About parents who work in silence so their children can sing, play, and fly. It was about talent found in the most unexpected places, waiting patiently for a chance. And as the lights dim and the confetti settles, one thing becomes clear. Sometimes, the most powerful stories don't start on a stage. They start on a quiet floor, late at night, with a cleaner's daughter and an old piano, daring to believe that her music mattered.